good will the Patriots be with Cam back under center?
Skip, before I get to that, clearly Coach Belichick saw enough good in Cam before he got COVID that says, you know what, another year removed from that surgery, get an opportunity to train, not rehab. I like what I saw. I like the way he practices. I like the way he meets. I like the way he approaches the game. I like the way he's the leader of this ball club, especially at all the opt-outs that we had. So I like what I saw. I want to see that again. Because, Skip, Coach Belichick ain't one of these guys, that's Cam Newton, let's just bring him back just cause. Coach Belichick is not the sentimentality type of a guy. Either you get the job done or you don't. But I believe Coach Belichick saw enough good in Cam that he's willing to run it back and says, okay, I want to see more of this, another year in this system, another year healthier, and I like what I saw. Can they, the question, that's a very good question that Jenny asked, Skip. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Skip, they have the second or third most cap dollars. Now, that's not to say Coach Belichick's going to go blow it all in free agency, because that's not normally how he works, Skip. And he doesn't normally make these big splashes. He'll sign a Kyle Van Noy, or he'll sign guys like that that's been cast off by someone else. He brings them in, puts them into his system, and they normally flourishes. Now, he did spend top dollar for Stephon Gilmore, but from all what the tea leaves that I'm reading, Stephon Gilmore might be on his way out. Can they be a playoff team? With the opt-ins and the right piece, they're going to have to upgrade their receiver position. I'm also hearing N'Keal Harry might be available. But with the right pieces, Skip, I believe they can. I believe because there are 7 spots now, and they can possibly get that 7th spot. I'm not anticipating Cam ever being 2015 Cam, and that's okay. But I believe Cam, a year removed from surgery and another year in this system, will be better. So I believe they can be a playoff team. 9-7, maybe 10-6. The ball bounced their way. But I like this move. As Jenny said, it doesn't preclude them from taking another quarterback, but the likelihood of them taking another quarterback in free agency. Now, maybe the draft, but where they're picking, Skip, I don't know if Mac Jones is there, I believe they'll take a Mac Jones. But I'm not so sure that when the Patriots are picking, he might not even be there. But if he is, I believe they'll take him. But I like this move. And I do believe they can get that 7th spot. It's going to be tough sledding now because Buffalo and Miami, I believe they'll improve also. But I like this move for the Patriots. I like this move for Cam. I say 9-7, 10-6, outside shot at that.
I like this move for Cam Newton because I'm afraid without this move, he might have been done. I'm just not sure anybody else would have
done as a starter or done
in the league.
Okay.
Because I don't know if anybody would ever see Cam Newton as a backup quarterback. I don't know if Cam Newton would ever see himself as a backup, like a clear-cut number 2 quarterback who has no chance of starting. I just don't know if that's Cam Newton.
Okay.
The New England Patriots will not make the playoffs next year. So it's not a great move for them because they still seem to me to be stuck in purgatory between Tom Brady and the next question mark quarterback. Right. Is it Jimmy G? Well, now that seems less likely because they just gave Cam $14 million, which is, again, it's not like big starter money, but it's pretty good money.
Yeah, bottom half.
Bottom half. He made $1.05 million last year. And I will be the first to admit he surprised me on occasion playing better than I thought he would or could at this stage and age.
Yes.
He also bottomed out.
He threw some stinkers in there.
He threw some stinkers. He was wildly erratic, wildly inconsistent, and in the end, wildly frustrating, I think, for Patriot Nation. Obviously, in the wake of Tom Brady, you're trying to fill the biggest shoes you could ever fill anywhere at any time. And I honor and admire Cam Newton for even having the guts to go in there and do it at a pretty high level. But if you look at how he performed over the whole year, the whole body of work, he did have to fight through COVID. Missed 1 game, but you could argue COVID got him down the stretch, and he never was quite the same.
And that's what he said, Skip. I mean, and the doctors have said some people COVID does worse than it does others, just like surgeries. Absolutely. Some people, AD had surgery on his knee, Skip, and he was better than he was before. And then some guys are never the same.
Yep, I agree. Okay. But he threw for a career-low 2,657 yards, 2,657. He threw for a career-low 8 touchdown passes to 10 interceptions.
I think Dak had that many in like 5 games.
I think you're right. His his Pro Football Focus overall ranking was 23rd best, 23rd among the quarterbacks, and his QBR was 30th of 33 qualified quarterbacks. So the truth is, in the end, he wasn't very good.
No.
Although we saw flashes of old Cam brilliance.
Yes.
We saw some MVP Cam flashes.
Yes.
Because that second game, that one at Seattle, I don't know where that one came from. You could say Seattle was terrible on defense, but I don't think they were terrible. I don't. And to do that on a big night, when it's Sunday night, I don't believe. At Seattle, he had a QBR of 77, but he threw for 397, which was the third most yards of his whole career after the very first two games of his career. He starts off with 422 yards in his first ever NFL game at Arizona, set the bar pretty high as the #1 overall. Then he goes to Carolina. No, I mean, he goes home. Goes home to Carolina to play Aaron Rodgers. And he throws for 432. And then that was that.
Right.
And never again did he approximate those two yardage totals, except that Sunday night game, 397. He at least got in the ballpark. So he had some big QBRs. The opener against Miami at home was 83. He had a 91 at the Jets. He had a 74 as they beat Baltimore. That was good. And then at the Chargers, he had a 65. Had a 71 to end it up against the Jets at home. And then there were a bunch of stinkers in the middle of it. He had a 6 against Arizona, a 3 at the Rams. He had a 4 in a home loss to the 49ers. These are horrendous games.
Yeah.
These are like bottom of the barrel for the whole league kind of games. So in the end, his air distance, the total number of yards that he threw the football to, not completions, just how far did the pass travel, he ranked 26th in the league because we question, is it the shoulder surgery? Have you lost some? Well, obviously he didn't have quite the cannon he used to have.
Right.
Tom Brady led the whole league in air distance, so he didn't lose anything on arm strength. To me, he just was what he always was.
But let me ask you a question.
New offense.
Where was Tom Brady when he was in New England? New England in air distance.
I don't know, but that's a good question.
He wasn't #1.
Okay, maybe it's just not what they do a lot of. But again, I thought the cupboard was pretty much bare already, and it got barer because they lost Julian Edelman. N'Keal Harry kind of comes and goes. Rumors now that he's on the block.
Yeah, Skip, I don't think he's going to be what you thought he would be.
I don't think so. And then you got Damiere Byrd and Jacoby Myers. I don't know.
And you ain't even mention the tight ends.
Because I don't remember their names. They drafted 2 last year, and they did next to nothing through the year.
Well, what was the one that called you out?
I don't know. I can't remember his name. See, unfortunately for him,
you can't remember his name, so you
didn't
can't
back it up, did he?
No,
I do not remember his name.
I don't either.
Honestly.
I think he's from Virginia Tech, though. I think that.
All right. So is it possible Cam is just a bridge next year to a young quarterback? Well, after all the hullabaloo about Jared Stidham a year ago right now, we're talking about the new Tom Brady is Jared Stidham, as they're calling him Stid or Stiddy, right? What? He seems completely out of the picture.
Yes.
So I think Belichick has admitted already, I swung and missed on that one. What was he, a 4th-round pick?
4th round, yeah.
No.
Yeah, that project.
I think it's come and gone.
Yes.
Okay, so they're picking 15th overall. Mac Jones is not going to slide to 15, I don't think. Stranger things have happened.
Right.
But Mel Kiper has them trading up, but he had them trading up just in his speculation, his mock draft, because he thought Cam was not coming back at that point. So Mel had them trading up with your Broncos at 9. And to get there, it was probably going to take next year's #1, the 2022 #1, to go up from 15 to 9, plus maybe even throw in this year's 2nd-round pick. To get to the point at 9, he had them taking Trey Lance, North Dakota State. So, again, that's the one kid I don't know. I don't know
enough about him either, Skip. He opted out this year, so
I hear a lot of great things. Mel Kiper said it's the most intriguing prospect he's ever tried to figure out.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but again, has Belichick fallen in love with him? Would trade up there to get him? Possible.
Right.
If he's that good, if I'm the Broncos, I'm sitting there thinking, well, wait a second, maybe we should take him.
Well, Skip, the other guy from North Dakota State might have scared a lot of people off.
Possible. I never linked that up. I mean, it's not that the school keeps producing the same kind of quarterback, but the point is that Drew Lock, are you sure?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
I'm not sure.
They're not sure.
Because a lot of people think Trey Lance is it. like he might be the diamond in this rough right now. Well, if that's true, then Denver should take him. But the point is, if you're going to take a shot at Jimmy G, why would you give Cam that much money to be your backup quarterback? Because if you go get Jimmy G, wouldn't he immediately want to play?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I believe, and he would. He probably would. Skip, I mean, what's Jimmy G? 20+ million? Now, obviously, they've already, 49ers have already paid so they can get out from under him. It wouldn't cost him anything because they've already paid the money up front. But Jimmy G's probably still making $22, $23 million.
He is. I think it is 23. Okay. So where are you going to go with that?
Yeah.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
23 and a $14 million quarterback on the roster?
No, you wouldn't, because you still have Brian Hoyer, who's serviceable.
Right.
He knows the system. He's played there before. He's okay.
Right.
In a pinch, he's okay.
Correct.
He's played in playoff games. He's a decent backup. In some ways, he's a decent starting quarterback.
Right.
Okay, so now where are you heading? Well, it seems like you're heading toward either to your opening point. Maybe you're heading toward, I love Cam Newton. Like, hey, what's wrong with Cam Newton?
Right.
Okay, so Cam is now going on 32 in May. This will be year 11. Last year, he had his second highest number of rushes in a season, and that's missing one game. Man, he takes a lot of punishment.
Yeah.
He just does. Well, how much does he have left in that body of his?
And the thing is, Skip, you say he took a lot of punch. I mean, he's a big man. I mean, you know, when a Mack truck gets into an accident, it does a lot of damage to itself and to other things. But when I look at it, Skip, if you look at Cam, if they upgrade the wide receiver, now look, here are some free agents that are available on the wide receiver market. William Fuller the fifth, Galladay that played at Detroit, Corey Davis, tight ends, Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith.
Emmanuel Sanders.
Emmanuel Sanders. Skip, is Coach Belichick normally, but he doesn't normally plunge.
You better.
He plunged twice. He plunged with Stephon Gilmore and Skip, I remember you, Adalius Thomas from Baltimore.
He did.
Fast, a good friend of mine. And that didn't work out because they moved. He was an outside. They moved him to inside, and it never worked for him.
Nope.
And plus, he wasn't going to let Coach Belichick talk to him like Coach Belichick talked to everybody else.
Got it.
But when I look at it, Skip, I'm looking at these names, although they're not Julio Jones or Devontae Adams, these are pretty big names on the free agent market.
Yep.
Is Coach Belichick willing to go, say, $14 million for a wide receiver? That doesn't seem to be his MO, because when he got Randy Moss, Randy was coming off 2 down years, Skip, in Oakland. And so people didn't view...
Not only down years, because I was close to the Oakland situation. He just quit on it.
They were bad.
Whew.
They were really bad years.
And they gave him away to Belichick.
Yes. They really did. So,
and he set records.
He set records. He was happy again.
Yep.
They used him the right way again, and the rest is, as we say, history.
It was.
The defense, Skip, you get all these opt-ins coming back. You get Dante Hightower. You get Chung coming back.
Will help.
Will that make it better? But I think their problem, Skip, is still going to be on the offensive side. Can they generate enough positive possessions in order to pay it off? Because I don't care how good your defense is. You keep trotting them back out there on the field, and you'll see what happens.
So, in the end, to me, this has 7 and 9 written all over it again.
No, they're 97. Skip, they went 7 and 9 last year.
That's what I just said. Written all over it again.
No.
Yes.
No. Hold up. So you tell me another year under this system with Cam.
Yep.
The guys opted in. Coach Belichick gonna make something happen. Now, he ain't finna keep bringing out nasty dishes, Skip.
How many times do you have to play Buffalo next year?
Twice.
How many times do you have to play the Miami Dolphins
Twice.
next year? Thank you.
And you might have to play the Jazz twice. It might be with Deshaun.
Now that would really, I'm not even
Okay, when you put all that into the mix, this Skip, now I'm gonna have to reevaluate that.
Aha. So I am willing to put.
No.
I'll just put a tiny little 2 cases of Diet Mountain Dew. I'll go under 8 and 8, and you go over 8 and 8.
I get 8 and 8 or better.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.